First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
Fahmi Farah. Did I get that right, Doc? Dr. Fahmi Farah.
Fahmi Farah.
Okay. Well, I apologize if I mispronounced that. Andrew's looking at me funny from in there. Okay. What do you think of this? So, again, dry scooping. I just learned what this was, where they're on TikTok and they take a dry scoop of that pre-workout powder and they consume it without water. I don't think that's very easy to do, and I wonder how healthy it is.
Yeah, it's actually not very healthy because when you're taking that much, dry scoop, which is without water, it's a lot more concentrated. You get a large amount of caffeine at once, and your body doesn't tolerate that so well, especially your heart. It can cause, sudden increase in blood pressure, pretty bad for the heart to tolerate.
Okay.
It can cause palpitations, arrhythmia, and even heart attack. So it's definitely not advisable from a medical standpoint.
I would think it would be clumping up in your stomach, but I guess it doesn't, right? That you don't worry about that.
I think it would be pretty difficult.
Yeah, not to mention choking.
Swallow something so dry and without any water or any kind of liquid. But people are doing it on TikTok. Yes, but from a health standpoint, it's not very good. So is dry caffeine different? So that would be dry caffeine that you're ingesting. Is that different than a liquid caffeine? Well, the substance is not different. It's still the same thing you're ingesting, but it's just in a lot higher concentration.
Oh, okay. Right.
So when you're drinking it in water or any kind of liquid, it's dilute, and you're drinking it over a period of time, as opposed to just taking it as a dry, all-in-one scoop. That's a pretty huge dose of energy, or caffeine all at once.
Yeah. What do you think about the coffee? What's that coffee made in Saratoga?
Death Wish coffee.
Death Wish coffee, which says it has a high level of caffeine. Or what I like to do when driving, those little 5-hour bottles, those are good. And caffeine in coffee. So I'll do like maybe a quad espresso, or when I'm feeling up to it, an octi, which is 8 shots of espresso. What do you think about those 3 items?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to avoid those as well. Coffee itself is not necessarily bad for the heart, but the amount you take could be. It's about moderation. So we say that 1 cup of coffee a day is actually not bad for the heart. It's actually good. But to overdo it, or to take shots or espresso, so many of it, I don't think that's advisable.
Okay.
Again, for the same reason.
God, you sound just like my wife. It's terrible. It's awful.
You being a cardiologist, this is maybe a little off topic, actually very off topic, but I was wondering what your thought was in regards to a lot of the studies now coming out about enlarged hearts in some of the vaccinated individuals. Do you not have any knowledge of that? Is there any truth to that, or more details on that study that has come out recently?
There was a few weeks ago that has come out, especially for younger folks, ages 12 to 15. There were some that were hospitalized. It's inflammation of the heart muscle, known as myocarditis. It's causing, some amount of issues. But again, the numbers were very low, so I think we have yet to see the exact percentage, and in the bigger scheme of things, how many people have received it and how many people. So that percentage would matter. And the younger folks, it's pretty early on that it just became approved for them not too long ago. So I think only time will tell, and we definitely need more data before we can say that it's all the vaccine. Okay.
All right, Doc, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Have a great day. Okay. Very gentle, that doctor. She's very, very gentle.
I would love her to operate on my heart at that pace.
Well, listen, she keeps her heart rate low, which means she's very healthy.
Well, it's a 16-hour surgery, sir, but the surgeon's very patient.
Very patient. Well, she was patient with us. That's a good thing.